Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Toot from A Music Vlog, yeah, and I'd like to welcome you to our interview with Taylor and Mark from The Pretty Reckless. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm great, thanks for asking. So you're currently on tour in support of your latest release, Going to Hell, so just how's this experience been for you so far? Amazing?
Yeah. The audience.
Yeah. The tour has been awesome. I got really sick in the beginning of it, so that sucked. But other than that, the shows have been awesome. The fans are great. It's immediate gratification.
I'm glad to hear it. When you guys are prepping for a tour, what are some quintessential items you think I need to have that with me before, hitting the road?
My leather jacket, my guitar, my other guitar, and a good pair of shoes, a good warm coat.
How about yourself?
Leather jacket, shades, and my Fender basses.
See a similarity between you two?
Yes.
Almost like we're in a band together or something.
No way. Well, I heard that you don't really use set lists when you play a show. So on stage, how do you communicate this song's coming up next?
Well, we have like a loose set list that we print out and put on the stage just to kind of have a list of songs. But if something goes off or wrong, we don't play with tracks or anything, so we have the ability to switch up whatever. So if I don't feel like singing that song, we just turn around. We have microphones on stage that we can talk to each other and only us can hear.
Well, you're known for doing some covers in the past on stage. My personal favorite, I came across one you did of Aerials by System of a Down. It's such a unique twist on it, yeah. So do you plan on doing any covers this tour? Have you done any so far?
We've covered Daughter by Pearl Jam this time around a couple times, but we've got so much of our own material now that we can switch it up without even having to add covers. So, but we have done Daughter, so that's been the newest cover. And that Aerials one, I don't know what video you saw of it because we did it a bunch, but John Del Mann, the drummer from System of a Down, actually came and played with us at the House of Blues the first time we played it, and it was awesome. He hits hard.
I wanted to bring up, I know that rock and roll is obviously a huge influence for both of you. Especially I remember seeing the album cover for the first time for Going to Hell, very Pink Floyd, right? Yeah. So just take us back to the first time or your first rock and roll memory. What was the first track you heard and you just absolutely fell in love with it?
Mine was, the first band I heard was the Beatles, because I grew up with my dad's record collection, but probably the first song that made me really fall in love with the Beatles was Strawberry Fields, if I remember correctly. I heard that and fell in love, and then was like, give me everything you have, and then I couldn't get enough, so I'll go Strawberry Fields.
And what did you end up falling in love with?
I came through to rock and roll from the blues. I was a real blues and jazz nut when I was really young. And came from Robert Johnson to Muddy Waters to Freddie King to Albert King to up to Chuck Berry, and to it kind of progressed into rock and roll that way. Just fell in love with the rock and roll, that the roots of that. And I guess AC/DC is like the first band that just like kind of took the blues and electrified it to like ballsy level. Yes, AC/DC, exactly.
Well, are there any bands that you look to now who are pretty new or relatively new bands where you think they're doing the genre, a nice little justice, a little nod?
To be honest, I'm really not that familiar with new music because I stick to my classic records because I'm still going backwards in time into the early blues, so I'm going in reverse time. But the newest record that's come out, which isn't a new band, but Soundgarden's new record, King Animal, is...
I've seen you mention that a lot.
I can't get enough of it. It's an amazing record. And it's, it's great that they're actually still Soundgarden. They're all still alive. So it really is Soundgarden, and I'm a huge fan, so I was psyched to get a new... I've heard the other records way too many times.
I actually had the opportunity of catching them here in town with Nine Inch Nails, and it was such a fun performance.
Sure, I saw that one. Yeah.
Well, since we're on the topic of other artists, I want to bring up guilty pleasures. What are yours? Any songs or artists in specific?
I don't think I have any guilty pleasures. Like, I could give you my phone right now, and I wouldn't be embarrassed of anything on it, but the weirdest thing on my phone is probably... I have the soundtrack to Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Once More with Feeling.
Yes.
So, and because I'm a big Buffy fan, and it's amazing. But so that's probably the strangest thing. But I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure. It's in fact I want to be Buffy. Yeah, no. Who doesn't want to be Buffy?
I'm on the same page. You just kind of just want to bunnies every once in a while, right?
Bunnies must be bunnies.
Yeah. Any guilty pleasures for yourself?
Well, I have a soft spot for Journey, and I get a whole raft of shit from the rest of the band about that. It was a certain time in my life that seemed to, that whole thing kind of fit what I was going through, and it kind of stuck, and so not afraid to admit it. Seen them in live several times and love every minute of it.
Well, you guys obviously have a really tight fan base, and I feel it's ever growing. So when it comes to that fan base, what's one of your more memorable moments of meeting one of your fans?
Meeting them, well, there's some memorable ones, but probably not stories you want on camera.
We're up for anything, trust me.
I mean, a girl tried to finger me in China. That was memorable. She made an impact, I'll tell you that. But no, it's great that you get to see, touring's so fun, especially going around the world, because you get to see the fans with your own two eyes. They're not just names on a computer screen anymore, And I think probably the biggest moment for me was when we played the Notting Hill Arts Club in London. And it was it's really small. It was like one of our first shows over there. And they sang every word to every song back at you. And they were louder than us. We couldn't get ourselves over the PA. And it was incredible because it's the first time that I had really seen that fan reaction to something that we'd written. And they weren't just singing the singles, they were singing everything. And then going to like China and Japan and places like that where they don't even speak English, they can barely say hello to you in English, but yet they can sing every word. It's incredible.
Well, yeah, just to wrap things up here, you've obviously had some great experiences together, but what would you say is the best part about being in the Pretty Reckless?
Writing songs and playing. It's awesome, and I get to hang out with my best friends all the time. Good times.
Well, my best friends, how bad can a day be? Seriously. Awesome.
Congrats on this new record release. We really do wish you the best with everything else that's to come, and thanks so much for taking the time to speak with us today. Thanks to everyone at home for watching our interview with The Pretty Reckless. Bye.